Jonathan Young.
Mr. Speaker, I'm very pleased to stand and discuss the financial review of Genesis Energy Limited. Genesis Energy is a developer and procurer of fuel service sources and a generator of electricity, and a retailer and a trader in energy. It supplies 19% of New Zealand's electricity. And as a result of the enactment of the Electricity Industry Act 2010, in June 2011, Genesis Energy purchased two of Meridian Energy Limited's hydro generators, Tekapo A and Tekapo B. And so this acquisition of the two hydros changed the generating portfolio of Genesis Energy. Dame Jenny Shipley, the chair of Genesis, reported to the Commerce Committee that Genesis went into the South Island market and, in a difficult environment, succeeded in securing and actually exceeding their targets in terms of the numbers of people who joined Genesis. She reported that it was a very competitive environment, but that competition was good for customers and it also made companies perform very well indeed. She said that their approach was to try to, through good customer service, to reduce and avoid churn. And many of the energy companies reported on this, as did the Electricity Authority, the effect of what they call churn, where through the website whatsmynumber.co.nz, consumers have the opportunity to compare retail prices and be able to switch between those retail companies in order to get the best price for their electricity. So, Mr. Speaker, what they intended to do and did was to understand their customers, relate to them in terms of communication response times, time to serve, getting back to people, solving their problems and so forth, and also offer a range of products that met different customers' profiles. So the competition that whatsmynumber.co.nz has created has caused a great response to the market, and a very effective effect of that, Mr. Chair, has been the reduction in prices, particularly around those discounts to early payment. One energy company increased their discount from 10% to 22% because of that. So it's had a very positive effect. Mr. Chair, in 2010-11, Genesis generated revenue of around $1.8 billion and made an overall post-tax profit of loss of $17 million, partly as a result of the $97 million re-evaluation costs when there was a re-evaluation of the Tekapo B station, particularly for the ongoing or the forward planning around work they wanted to do there. They acquired 26,500 additional South Island customers. Mr. Chair, Genesis Energy is one of the energy companies that the government will offer 49% interest in the mixed ownership model. And inevitably this came up in discussion at the financial review by the Commerce Select Committee. And Dame Jenny Shipley reported that she was very happy with both the board's management and the board and the management's performance. She reported that Genesis raised the debt, that they raised a corporate bond in order to fund the transaction of purchasing Tekapo A and B. And having a listed bond required them to give every consideration to performing as if they were a listed entity. And this came up, I understand, last week in the debate in the House. One member of the committee asked, what is the upside in your view, or the board's view, regarding partially floating a sound company? And the chair replied, let me say that I think taxpayers are entitled to know that SOEs, boards, attempt to run these companies in the best way possible. But she said, secondly, I think in the case of Genesis, is that we do have a corporate bond. And so we actually have real and legal obligations to continuous disclosure. We have to in any material decisions that we make. So she described we are in the right zone. The board's skill, attention, competency has already moved into that space. And so she went on to say that it was because of the bond requiring us to pay attention in order to partially fund the cost of the Tekapo transaction. So, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair, Genesis Energy raised a bond, and because of that bond issue, according to the Chair, they became subject to market scrutiny regarding their company performance.
The question is that the report of the Commerce Committee on the 2010-11 financial review of Genesis Power Limited be noted. Those of that opinion will say aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. I understand the next entity members wish to debate is Landcorp Farming Limited. The question is that the report of the Primary Production Committee on the 2010-11 financial review of Landcorp Farming Limited be noted. Those of that opinion will say aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. I understand that the next entity members wish to debate is New Zealand Railways Corporation. David Bennett.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.